So hey everybody, today I'm here giving a little tutorial on lead belaying. I'm going to share my 6 or 7 tips for a great lead belay. So the number one tip is always hold on to your brake hand. I'm using a GriGri here that dictates that my brake hand is my right hand, and just never let go. Just like any other kind of belaying, you just don't want to let go of that, even if you're using a GriGri or some other auto locking or assisted locking device. So the second thing is always keep your attention on the climber, your eyes and your attention on the climber. So eyes on the climber, they really deserve that level of attention. You can ease the pain associated with that by wearing a pair of belay glasses, and of course I recommend the ISN belay glasses because they're awesome. The third thing is you need to learn 3 ways to feed rope, and there's those 3 things when you're lead belaying are a slow feed out, kind of bringing slack in, and then fast feed. And let me go over each one of those. So a slow feed out, this means your climber is above their last piece of gear and you're slowly letting the rope out. You're holding, in the case of a GriGri, you're holding it just like an ATC, one hand on the brake hand, one hand on the feed rope, and you're just kind of letting that rope out slowly. So that's a slow feed out. To bring slack back in, it's just like on top rope. So you bring an armload of slack in, bring your hand down underneath the device, and then pull the slack through with your spare hand. That's the simplest way to do that. Now the third way is if your climber is trying to clip and they want to clip really fast, you need to be able to give them a couple arm loads. And with the GriGri, that'll lock up if you try and feed rope too fast. So there's a little bit of trick. You hold 3 hands on the rope like this, take your index finger, put it under the lip on the right-hand side of the GriGri, and then press down on the cam with your thumb. And that lets you feed the rope out really fast without letting the GriGri cam up. With an ATC, it's a little bit different where you kind of feed quickly like that. I can't quite demonstrate because I'm using a GriGri, but an ATC is similar. My 4th rule. Don't short rope. Your climber, if they're in a really difficult position, you don't want to short rope them and make it so when they're trying to clip, they can't clip that rope. So the way to accomplish that, use the fast feed technique, GriGri 2 arm loads and kind of step forward at the same time. So that's going to give them, guarantee they have enough slack to be able to clip that rope and you're not going to short rope them. And if you have your eyes on the climber, you can anticipate that clip ahead of time and make sure they have the slack when they need it. My 5th rule. Know what situation there is. If your climber's in a situation where they shouldn't be taking a long fall, like they're just above the ground or they're just above a belay ledge, then you don't want very much slack in the rope at all. But if they're in a safe position where it's a clean wall and the fall's not going to hurt them too much, then you do want a little bit of slack. And I kind of call it I put a smile on the rope. So I have the rope come out from my belay device, go down just slightly, and then start climbing back up to the climber. That gives them enough slack where they can get a head start on the clip if they need to, or they can move up or move down when they're climbing, and you're not gonna be restricting them with your rope. And kind of the 6th thing, know whether your partner's lighter than you or heavier than you. So if you're a lot lighter than the climber, you might want to have some extra ballast. That could be a bag of some rocks inside your backpack, or use an ahold ohm on that first clip. Those are a couple ways to kind of offset that, and that can be dangerous if you're dangerous. If your climber's a lot heavier than the belayer, the climber could take a really long fall and maybe hit something, or it's just a pain that it takes them a long time to get back to where they were. If the climber's a lot lighter than the belayer, then a heavy belayer will stop the climber really fast and they can slam into the wall really hard. So in that case, if you know they're about to take a fall, be poised, and then right when they hit the rope and they're starting to pull some tension on it, jump up so that you can actually offset some of your weight, and that's going to give them a softer landing and make sure they don't slam into the bottom of that rope. Okay, the last thing, how to take, just like on the top rope demos that I did last time, if you take, kind of lean forward, grab some rope, and then jump back into it. So if they do want to take, they're probably at a spot on the climb where they didn't want to take a fall, so if you can really kind of hold them on that take really fast, that's going to help your climber and have them have a little bit better success. Okay, that's my tips for giving a good lead belay. Thanks for watching and be safe out there.